Guess I took a little bit too long with that. There we go. Maybe? Nope, that's spoilers. Wait, what is this?
Probably
Yeah. That makes me... That does kind of irk me, that I can't actually just view the cutscene. Maybe I just have to wait.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. Most of them have, like, a catalog you can go through.
But anyways, we're back! And welcome to my version of platforming. Actually, let me mess around with the options real quick, because that is really loud. Much better. Let's make sure all of that. R1, R2. Alright, cool. So, I'm by myself. Alright, well, welcome everybody to Mega Man 11. Dio decided to fucking take a nap, I guess. But no, Dio decided to take the helm with Hat in Time and nearly gave me a fucking aneurysm with how badly he was platforming in some of those areas. So I'm gonna show him exactly what for whenever it comes to like playing through a true platformer and facing bullshit you've never faced before. And this is going to be a nice, wild treat. Dio, are you there?
Here.
You are cutting out horribly. And there it goes, ladies and gentlemen. He is so scared of exactly how badly I'm going to show him up. He doesn't even want to show his face on the stream anymore. Dio, where are you? Just gonna have to pass a little bit of time while we wait for Dio to get set up.
Try this one more time. Can you hear me?
I can now.
There we go. Okay.
And you came just in time because the cutscene's starting. Alright.
There we go.
Strongly believe Albert's research
So,
must stop.
what's your experience with Mega Man games?
Light.
I know he exists.
Can't build the future on your end.
I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
I cannot
That's
agree
pretty
with
much
this.
it. Like, I've watched maybe like 10 minutes of an Achievement Hunter Let's Play on it. Like, I don't even remember what Mega Man game it was, but I know he exists. And that's about the extent of it.
Alright.
Mr. Wiley, control
We'll go a little bit more into that after
yourself.
this.
The committee is in agreement.
Mr. Willie, good lord.
And so,
Or is that
Wiley.
Wiley?
President chooses Thomas Light's research
Sorry.
into robots with
Oh, you're fine.
independent thought. Thank you, everyone.
Why are you fools so blind? One day, Light.
I do like the voice acting though.
One day the world will know I was right all along.
Let me try something here.
Bad memories make the worst dreams. A genius of my caliber needs sleep to keep his brain in gear. Wait. That research from my youth. Yes. Now I'll show you, Light.
Alright. And that brings us into the premise for the beginning of this game. So, Dio?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be getting into a little bit of cutscene territory.
Okay.
You know what I like the most about this?
What's that?
Is that there's multiple levels. I tried superhero, but I couldn't do it, so we're just going to be
A
going
little
with
too
normal.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fun fact with the original Mega Man that released in America,
Mm-hmm.
it actually had an easy mode and a normal mode. Japan didn't.
It
Because
just
in
had
Japan,
the stock release.
it had the normal mode was the only mode. But they dumbed it down for America because they didn't think Americans would be able to beat it.
Built me rock solid. Well, I can hear the construction yard calling.
So you mean people like me?
New gamers and just Americans in general, because
Yeah.
the gaming scene was still relatively new at that point.
Let's see. We just finished
Makes sense.
Man. That leaves
So the premise of pretty much every single Mega Man
Man,
game is pretty much the same.
Man,
The same.
and Blast Man.
Wily,
Go.
Dr. Wily kidnaps 8 Robot Masters and experiments on them and plans to take over the world with them. And Dr. Wily has, or Dr. Light has
Now for a robot, you sure do complain a lot. Now
Mega Man
let's
go
check
and clean
out
up.
the gear.
Oh, I ain't a machine. Yeah, but still.
So we're just the cleanup boy in all these missions?
Yep.
Is that like our only purpose?
No, we're actually sentient robots. We're androids, I guess is a better way of talking about it.
Okay.
But Mega Man and Roll were his first 2 experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Mega Man has a broom here, but it literally looks like he just walks in with some random robot's leg.
This is no time for your heroics.
First time I saw it, I was like, God damn, that's fucking morbid.
Don't fuck with me. I just murdered this bot. Here's my prize.
Yep.
The invention you so coldly crushed when we were students together. Or has your memory failed you?
So do these 2 scientists look relatively familiar to you?
It can't be.
Well, like, especially with that orb, I'm getting, like, heavy Mr. Robotnik vibes.
I have perfected my design.
Well, not just Mr. Robotnik. I mean anybody in real life.
Right all along.
Dr. Light, what's the ruckus?
Perfect timing.
Nothing's really coming to mind. What are you thinking about?
MC squared.
Wow, who are you calling a test subject? Quickly, you must all run and hide.
Oh, so they're supposed to be, like, Einstein-based?
Wily, if I remember correctly, Wily is supposed to be like Einstein-based, and Light is supposed to be like Eisenhower or something like that.
That speed. What have you done?
I can kind of see that, yeah.
Nobody block
But, yeah, I don't know. Kind of makes sense for the Japanese to create Einstein as being the evil one, doesn't
Bow
it?
down to the genius of Dr. Wily.
Why are you saying that? He was, well, yeah, I guess he was part of the
Doctor, I'll go after Wily.
Axis powers. I'm trying to bring this into, like, a World War II frame of mind, but I don't think that aligns well, because Japan and Germany were Axis, so...
Far beyond their normal strength and speed.
Wasn't he also the one who developed the nuclear bomb or the hydrogen bomb or something like that?
Okay, funny thing, like, I'm glad you brought that up, because it wasn't him that actually did it. It
It was
was...
someone else,
oh,
but
I-
he stole the research.
Well, everybody thinks he stole it, thinks he's a piece of shit for stealing it, but the thing was, another doctor came up with the work, but Einstein signed on it to give it some credibility so that the American government would actually, you know, find it as relevant findings and not just be like, oh, some crackhead's trying to, you know, shove his work onto us, you know.
Hook me up.
So he actually used his name to boost that project into reality.
There's a lot of work to do.
Interesting. See, I don't know that much about history.
Double gear system.
I only know it because it's heavily science-based. If it wasn't about science, I wouldn't know it.
Alright.
Whenever
So-
it comes to history, I like ancient civilizations.
I'm more of a fan of mythology.
Always here to help out.
Alright, so we have Mega Man fully booted up and ready to go. And this was basically just to introduce the new mechanic that's in the Mega Man 11 series, or game, called
I'll be back soon.
Double Gear. You know what overclocking is, right? Being a man of computers.
Mm-hmm.
What is overclock?
Basically, you test something to, I don't know, test it to the point where you can see how far it can go without breaking.
That's basically what the double gear system is. You have blue gear, which slows down time and lets you like maneuver a bit easier, and then you have the power gear, which powers up your attacks.
Okay.
And remember how I told you that I tend to favor classic games over over newer games? The reason is because classic games let you get into the action a lot better than, or a lot smoother than newer games. Like, you know how newer games have, like, 50 different tutorials you have to go through? They teach you how to move, how to jump, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man is going to do that same thing, but without a single text box telling you what to do.
I shall be grateful to see that.
Well, it's already started. Alright, so we have this. Right here, we have this gear. Can't quite reach it. So, call out Rush Coil. Get that done. And this guy is here to teach us that there are some enemies that we can't, you know, just fire randomly at and get.
Okay.
Upward, this also teaches us that some terrain can be destroyed. And
So
the
it
way
puts it in its level mechanics and not tutorials.
it teaches you by actually letting you play the game rather than having you read through everything.
I
And that's what I
greatly
like.
appreciate that.
Oh, and this is one of my favorite things about it, is that unlike other platformers, your health is actually a resource. It's not something that you keep precious. Because you notice how I've only lost a very marginal amount of health from that? That's because you're supposed, for a lot of like seasoned Mega Man gamers, they abuse the iframes to get through some like more tricky platforming areas. And
So what? Pardon my naivete here, but what are those two bars? I assume one's your health, and then one like a mana bar, pretty much, or
yep, one is health. The yellowish one is health, and the red one it changes color depending on what you use, but it's your power meter. For for the different abilities that you're going to get later on. And this is going to teach us the importance of quick platforming. Because if you hit that gear at the very back, you die.
oh, so you don't even get a chance for a health regen or anything.
You get crushed. Nobody lives through getting crushed. So, another thing that I like about Mega Man is that it has basically the same level design regardless of where you go in the level, but it remixes it in such a way that makes it more difficult as you go along. Like, you're not gonna... You see all these moving platforms and these falling bricks, you're not gonna see, like, a water section in here anywhere in this level. It's pretty much strictly gonna be, like, falling rocks and conveyor belts. But they they up the difficulty as you go along to make for interesting gameplay. So it's not like constantly trying to throw new things at you. It's throwing the same 5 tricks at you, but it's throwing them either in different orders or in varying degrees of like frequency and shit like that.
Okay. So I assume that'll change with like farther levels and stuff, correct?
Oh yeah, every level has its own gimmick, but it sticks to that gimmick rather than like trying to introduce more and more new things. So
each one has a theme.
and the theme is usually centered around the Robot Master that's waiting at the end of it. So this one we're fighting Blockman. So There's a whole bunch of blocks falling everywhere, and he also mentioned the construction site, so there's a lot of like worker bots and a lot of like conveyor belts and shit like that. So use that damage frame through. Bam. And we're in. Oh, that's a cheap shot. Ugh. You just gotta be careful where you choose to damage boost, because he does take considerable knockback. So you have to make sure that, like, whenever you choose to take some damage, you don't do it in a place that could get you killed because you just fall off onto an area.
It's how abusing iframes is an art and not just something you can readily abuse.
Ugh. But yeah. Like, this is what I was talking about as far as, like, throwing the same 5 tricks at you, but making them, like, progressively harder. That was the same boss, but it was considerably harder because of stage hazards, essentially.
Yeah, the platform was moving.
Use that iframe. Then bust through that. And part 2. And this also teaches you that some gaps can be slid across. Bump up, slide over, and through. And we're good. Now, remember earlier with that bolt?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think we can do to get that E-tank up there?
I'd imagine the same thing. Just jump straight on over there with his assistance.
Exactly. Same 5 tricks. Come on, there we go. Alright.
Very nice.
And this is the part that gave me the most shit whenever I first started playing this.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way that you have to do it to actually, like, make it a shit ton easier. There we go. And we're through. The rest of this is going to be smooth sailing.
So how many implications of this game did it take to have more than Mega Man here, like your little puppy dog there?
Well, Rush was implemented in Mega Man 2, I believe. And then after that, you have a couple of other little critters. I can't quite remember their names. Like I said, it's been a decade since I played this game.
Well, yeah.
Oh, thank you. But I'd say the full roster started coming out right around whenever X, or right around Mega Man X. So, oh, here we are. Robot Master, number 1, Blockman.
Very nice.
How is he gonna... Oh, fuck. So, we're gonna be using the Buster only for this guy, because he's the easiest boss, and he's also, his attacks are super easy to dodge, and he, once he gets into his second phase, it gets, very, very choreographed. And here's the double gear system. Power up! We see pure power come from this. Oh. But he may look intimidating, but a lot of his attacks are very easy to dodge if you know what you're doing. Ah! Which I obviously am not. Okay, give me that. There we go. Ugh, I am not reading these right. There we go. Ow. There we go. Alright. That's what I wanted to save this for. And now for the easy mode. If I can match
So
it.
every time you pop into that menu, is it pretty much just like using health packs and such?
Yeah, you have the E-tanks, which increase your health, and then you have the 2 other tanks. One replenishes all of your gear, or your weapon powers, and then the other one replenishes all of your weapon power, and what is it? And if there's any low-level enemies on the field, whenever you use it, they turn into 1-ups. Alright, so, are you familiar with the rock, paper, scissors method? Or have you played Pokemon before?
I've never played Pokemon, but I think I can get through the general concept, but do explain.
So basically, the powers that you get do different things. Like this one lets you drop a shit ton of blocks, right? You're literally shitting bricks at your opponent. But
Okay.
the fun thing is that his weapon is actually super effective against another boss in here. So we're gonna go ahead and go after that boss and fight him. So Blockman is the easiest one to go into and actually beat with the Mega Buster, which is why I went into him first. And then after that, it's all about just finding the weaknesses of the next of whatever Robot Master you manage to fight in that one, in that stage. So like first is going to be Mega Man, or first is going to be him, then it's going to be Acid Man, and then after that, we take on Impact, I believe.
Okay.
And the gimmick
So basically
here,
what you're saying is there's like elemental damage to different weapons and everything.
exactly, and each one is weak to something else. But yeah, in case you haven't already noticed, the theme of this one is going to be acid and water. So be
So I assume
prepared for
wherever
that.
water's turning different colors, it's like some level of damage or something.
Well, I will actually introduce you to that whenever we get in the next area we get into that shows us that. Now, and this is also how they're teaching you a little bit about like certain enemies. Like some enemies can block, like with that shield man that you saw. And sometimes it's not always good to spam bullets. It's like, watch this little spider guy. Whenever I hit him with one attack. See all the spiders that come out? They are very, very hard to hit. So that is whenever you would think that a charge shot would be a little bit more effective. And as far as the colors go, now that it's turned completely green, it started to hurt me.
Okay.
Yeah. And the little guys that were shooting the little blobs are the ones that make it turn those colors. So it's like blue, you're fine. Red, or I believe yellow. Yeah, yellow is the next one, and means you're getting dangerous. Red means one more shot and you're done.
Gotcha. So it gives you a little bit of a heads up before it's just like, hey, don't step in this anymore.
And we're introduced to Falling in Spikes, my least favorite. Like, the enemies, I have died more to, like, stage hazards and shit in this game than I have the actual, like, bosses and enemies. Man, we just saw a use of the power gear in conjunction with one of the abilities that I have right there. And it basically just turns the power just basically turns it into a more powerful version of what the ability is. So that's why I was dropping down like 20 pieces of block instead of just like 5 or 4,
Gotcha.
isn't it? Ow. Fuck. So let's see. Now we have this platforming segment where you have to avoid all this and hopefully not turn the water acidic. Too late. Kills all the little bugs. So sad. Nope. Ow. Alright, and we're through there. On to the next part. We're fixing to see, like, my least favorite part of this entire platforming section. If I can get to it. Never mind.
So much for that.
Yep. Well, that gives me a chance to
What-
refill my ammo.
So what is the penalty of losing lives in this game?
You restart the entire stage. You lose all the checkpoints that you got, and you go back to the beginning. That's
Okay,
part of the
so
reason
you don't
why it
like
took me so long
lose
at the
bosses you've killed.
No. You
Okay.
just lose your progress on the specific stage.
Okay.
Yeah, fucked that up.
That's one thing I never know with games is like whenever there's a set amount of lives, it's like what sort of hell are you going to put me through if I lose all these, you know?
Ow, fucking trick shot at me. God damn it. You die. Ah. Like I said, you die more to stage hazards than you do the actual like enemies in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because the enemies take off chunks of health, and it's very easy to find like find health pickups and shit whenever you're. But spikes and bottomless pits and shit like that are instant kills.
Gotcha.
So it's a lot about like weighing the pros and cons of okay, if I land here, what's going to happen, or if I do this, what's going to happen. There we go. I hate those jumps. But that's not even my least favorite out of all these. I want that gear. That is coming up right here. Alright. Because I have to jump through this entire thing without hitting the top or the bottom. Fuck! Oh, so much for that. Alright, next shot.
Insta-kill items, aren't they great?
Yep. That's what I'm talking about whenever it comes to these old-fashioned platformers, is that they were built to take all of your time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck you. Alright. I'm just gonna... Excuse me, pardon me. That is exactly why that low hanging part is there. Stop that. There we go. Alright, come on. There we go. This jump in particular fucked me over a lot whenever I was first starting this. Because you have to do all of that in one consecutive jump, or else you will for sure die. Ugh.
That's one thing I can appreciate about this.
No!
Compared to Hat in Time, is the whole thing of this doesn't hold your hand in any instance, like giving you double jumps, or yes, you have your powers, but you know they'll only do so much for you.
Yep. You still have to have the skill to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Let's see if we can get this. No, I fucked it up! Fuck me! You have to get, like, practically right next to that spike. Kiss it, and then press and hold the jump button. Ah! Oh, but yeah. A lot of these older games were a lot of fun because they were just... Like, I haven't had one single thing telling me how this game works. It's all just been in the level design. It's been designed with a specific way of telling you how you're supposed to play the game. And then there's ways that you can just kind of cheat the system. Like, whenever I say my health is a resource, I mean it. There we go. Whoop. I fucked that up. Come on. There we go. And we're in. But yeah, this water section is what fucks me up the hardest. I hate water physics more than ice physics. Because I hate having to constantly fight to stay in one direction.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Well, at least it's not like the Sonic games and you're pressed for time as well,
He's a robot. What's going to happen to him if he stays in water for too long? He's going to rust. No! Alright. There we go. Up we go. Well, that fucked up. Stop that. There we go. Alright. Third time's a charm. There we go. Ah, yeah. Alright. Don't really need
There we
that.
go.
Ow. Fuck off with that. Ugh. And here's the boss door. That's why I hate those jumps so much. Because right after them is a save point. No tanks. Last life. Oh, I'm screwed. Let's see what we can do, shall we?
You can do it.
Nope. Damn it! Well, there goes that. And game over. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna speedrun back to that. Keep chat busy and say some stuff while I run through this.
And here, we see the Wild J. It is speedrunning platform states. So far, it's going smoothly, but will he crush under the pressure? So far, so good. That's stage one, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what I'm doing.
just trying to commentate, but failing miserably at it. If you're gonna commentate, at least try to commentate like a Smash, like a Smash commentator.
I'm trying to do 2012 Olympics. This is, the height of class, and I don't know where I'm going with this.
We're not class, and you know it.
Nothing but an illusion.
Health drop from that guy. Ugh. Don't really care about my health because there's a health pickup right there. Excuse me. And we go through here. There's no 1-up this time because we already grabbed it on our last run.
So which would you say is a bit more heavily relied upon, pets or weapons? I mean, so far it seems like weapons is the case, but...
It depends on exactly how you play.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you play, if you know you're going to be falling into a lot of traps and using weapons a lot, then the pets are a good help. Because they can like drop item tanks for you, or even keep you from falling into pitfalls. But as far as like fighting bosses goes, the weapons will always have the upper hand because they can actually deal damage.
Mm-hmm. So it's basically whether you're going damage or specialist of some sort.
Well, it's more whether or not you're good at fighting the bosses, or if you're good at good at fighting the bosses but suck at actually surviving the level, then the pets are your best friend. But if you're good at fight or getting through the level, but you can't fight the bosses to save your life, then the weapons are your best friend.
Gotcha.
There we go.
So I guess something that can stem from that question, which one are you gonna go for a bit more if there is a choice to this game? I don't know if it's just like progression based, you get this, but...
You can buy them, and it's going to be weapons, because I just think they have more value.
Yeah.
Every goddamn time with that one. Alright. And up we go. Did I gain an extra life there?
And here, we're back at the ever perilous stage.
Yep.
Will he do it? First try this time.
Fuck you. Haha!
There we go. He's in the groove.
Maybe. Alright. Okay, so. Let's take a quick second. Quick breather, see what I got. I have 3 lives, which is good. But I don't have any E-tanks to actually refill my... Fuck. Yeah, I've got nothing. Alright. I'm gonna try to do this painlessly.
Ruined my new concoction. I'll melt you to the last vote. Acid impossible.
You know, I just realized that bosses have health bars as well. I thought it was just one of those where you just kind of hit and hope you're close.
Oh, I can hit him while he's down there? Shit. Well, that's good to know. Does it refill my gear? No, it doesn't. Well, this is going to be painful.
The acid's fine. Take an acid bath. Yes. Acid barrier.
He definitely has a lot more speed than the last boss, I'll give him that much.
Yep. First boss showed off the power side of the gear. The second boss showed off, or is showing off. Fuck! I'm gonna have to do this Buster only. This is gonna suck. Shows off the speed side of it. Ugh. Well, too early. Oh no! All right.
There we go.
What? Oh, bullshit! Ah! Alright.
Here goes our last attempt for please. Yeah,
Yep.
speed run again.
Ah. Bullshit! Ah! Ah! Okay. This boss is gonna take
Okay,
a second.
here we go again.
Dr. Light Slab. Shut up.
Omega, can I interest
Very nice job showing me up.
Charges Mega Buster. Well, I mean, could you have made it this far? Answer me honestly.
Okay, Mega.
On which difficulty setting?
This difficulty setting.
I'm fucking with you now.
No, I don't want
It would take me quite a bit of training, that's for sure.
This is what you want, buddy?
It'd be like Dark Souls all over again, which I'm still not that good at Dark Souls.
Sure this is what you
Yeah.
want, buddy? Sure this is what you want, buddy?
I definitely want that one.
Part complete.
Okay,
Okay.
Mega. What'll it be? Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Good luck out there, Mega. Are you sure? Ta-da!
One more of those and head out. Alright, one more time. Keep the two people we have in chat busy.
Here he goes, on the second speedrun attempt.
Speedrun.
Though, did you know you turned into a professional speedrunning streak?
I mean, I'm doing this faster than you probably would be able to,
Oh yeah.
truth be told.
In my perspective, this is speedrunning the game because this would take me quite a bit longer. I just don't have the reaction time for these sorts of things, I guess.
Well, it's a lot of memorization that goes into actually being able to play these games. Like, that's the reason why I'm able to do a lot of this with as much confidence as I'm doing it with. Is just because I've played through these stages so many times. Ooh. It was just a health pickup.
Look shiny. I was promised more.
Well, it's a random capsule. Which means it could give you anything. But it landed on health capsule at the moment, so it just gave me health, which I didn't really need at that point. Plus, there's one right here.
So do these like randomly spawn capsules, I assume, or is that like a...
Yes, they do.
is that not a...
Got stuck on the fucking spikes there. I saw my life flashing before my eyes. Oh my god. Hello to everyone in the chat. How you doing? Oh man, but nah. Oh, yeah. It's randomly just. You can somewhat manipulate it with certain power-ups and have them drop more likely to drop certain things, but for the most part, it's randomized.
Okay.
Ah, fuck that up. Get out. Thank you. There we go. And we're through. No! Ah! I let go of the fucking X button.
Hey. You know, this just randomly came to mind, but the shield enemies remind me. They brought up like some long lost memory in my head of there was this old Lilo and Stitch game. I forget the exact title of it, but it was kind of a similar platformer, but you could double jump, and of course it was Lilo and Stitch themed, but they had enemies that were pretty much exactly like that in the game. They probably just stole it off of games like this.
Oh yeah. A lot of those old classic games were, like Disney games and Cartoon Network games were a lot of pretty much just rip-offs of games like this.
Yeah, pretty much reskins, more or less.
Because, you know, slapping your favorite character onto something like this is always a good sell.
Oh yeah. Hey, it bought me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it buys pretty much everyone until you get older and find out what actual video games are like.
Yeah.
There we go. And we're...
Game Boy Advance days.
Yep.
I still have that somewhere. I need to look it up. My first introduction to Mario as well. Super Mario on the Game Boy Advance.
Super Mario Advance 1 or Super Mario Advance 2?
I want to say it was the original. Let's see, what year was that? Would have been like 2008 or something like that.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I guess I lied. I have played more platformers than I let on. But, you know, I didn't know if classic consoles would be... Well, not classic consoles, but older consoles would be generalized in that discussion.
Well, this is a fine pickle. I actually can't damage boost through this. I'm so close. There we go. Fuck it. I only have 3 tries. Alright.
My chemical paradise. I'll melt you to the last bolt. Acid fire. Impossible.
Alright. I jumped, fuck you! Alright. Where's that last
Well, at least
tank?
you're at the checkpoint.
I would have gotten that if I hadn't have switched off of... Alright. Whatever. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Acid fire.
Damn it! Son of a bitch! Ugh.
So close, but yet so far.
Yep.
Mega Man.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
Yo, Mega!
Okay, Mega.
Yo, Mega!
Okay, Mega. What'll it be? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, fuck it.
So I guess Dr. Light's lab is pretty much your upgrade screen in all reality.
It's got upgrades and consumables. It's your shop. Alright, got you this time, fucker.
I just realized, how do you, like... What's the currency of this game, and how do you get it?
Bolts. Those little bolts that you've been seeing me pick up that aren't like health, they're the little blue bits. They're your currency.
So it's just another random drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There are ways to farm them, I just don't really feel like farming it.
Well, yeah.
Fuck it, there's a health drop over here. There we go. And we're back up. There we go. I missed him. Fuck. There we go. Well. Fuck that one up.
Yeah, there.
And we go through. I didn't turn around. Fuck. Alright, well, damage boost ahoy. There we go.
I swear to God, every time you've gone through this, you iframe through those spikes.
Yep. That's kind of the point.
Well, yeah.
The point of that that particular area is literally just to teach you that invincibility frames literally do make you invincible. But if you don't learn it there, you learn it here. Alright, and we keep going. Managed to land a shot. Ah! And now this reached critical. Fuck me. Ah! Okay. And we're in the danger zone. There we go. Go. Yeah, see, like that gear right there. That's your currency.
Okay. Hmm. It's very
Oh.
intricate bolt.
Mm-hmm. The more intricate the bolt, the more it's worth. I think that one's worth like 50.
Okay. Hmm. So does that scale with like, I guess enemy difficulty, or is it just kind of like just another randomizer?
Completely random, as far as I know. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm an enthusiast, but I don't know everything about the game.
Yeah. You don't go through and get specs on every little drop.
Yeah. Yes. I'll take it.
When Super Saiyan there.
Yep. Fuck this. Out of here. At least get me to the checkpoint. There we go. Alright. What did I manage to survive with? 3 health, 1 Wily tank. More than enough. I can beat him. Oh, man. Alright. Damn it! My plan!
I was gonna be very impressed if you just like slapped him with 3 health, but nope.
I know, right? It would have made me so happy. Ah. Ah. Ah, fuck you. I'll tank it. Yeah! There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, interestingly enough, in my test playthrough, I beat him first try.
Nice.
And the bad thing about that is that you can't go back and refight bosses after you've killed them.
What would be the advantage of doing that? I guess I'm missing
Practice.
that implied statement. Oh, yeah.
Come on, get your head in the game. Alright, well that one only took me 3 attempts. I was actually kind of satisfied with that.
So does every boss give you some sort of, like, weapon.
Yep. Everyone gives you a new
Very
one.
nice. And you
All
can
right.
have them all equipped at the same time, or do you have to like pick and choose?
You can cycle through them.
Okay.
Okay, so let us go to Dr. Wily. Where is he? I know you're here. There you are.
Welcome back, Mega Man.
Okay, Mega. What'll it
Yo, Mega,
Nothing I can
can
buy.
I interest you in some parts?
So, we have blocks and we have acid. Who do you think is next?
Let's
What does acid counter?
see. Bounce, Tundra.
It's not who you think.
Fuse.
Nope.
See.
One more guess.
My other guess was gonna be Tundra, but I don't know.
Nope. Impact.
Impact.
This guy is construction gear based. And also, fun part, I haven't beaten this stage in my test playthrough yet, but you don't know that.
Well, we'll just see how this level impacts you.
Well, you know, interesting thing is that playing through this level enough lets you know how to you can do stupid shit like this. Just skipped an entire screen there.
Oh, it's beautiful. I like how they fire cones at you.
Yep. They're they're seeking cones. So this is the main reason why I wanted to get this gear first, is because it lets you do, it makes you immune to projectiles. And this is an area that is full of nothing but projectiles! As you will see.
I was wondering what the advantages of that shield was, because it seemed to block a lot of stuff, but not everything, you know?
Oh, trust me, it will come in super handy later. Like, this next screen later. Damn it! Because remember, if you take damage, you get knocked back.
So every time you take damage, you're going all the way back down.
Yep. Alright. Ow. Soldering iron. Alright, this is going to take a little bit of timing. There we go. Oh, come on. And I'm caught in a combo. There we go. Perfect. Damn it! I need to learn to get that trick down first try. Fuck. Because I don't want to sit there and wait for that stupid projectile. Or that moving platform the entire time.
Impatience will undo you.
Well, it can also make this run a lot better.
Yeah. Going straight through everything.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna need to do this in one shot without fucking up. Because I don't have much energy left. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna need all the health I can get for this next part. Wait for it. There. There we go. First try. Ow. First time in a while I've been able to actually land that charge shot at the very beginning. Alright. Ah, fuck you. There we go. No, I need this one. Alright. Stop it. I'm not going to be able to make it through this part. It's going to require too many resources. Oh, cheat the system. Get as many of these guys as I can before the barrier runs out. Can I still shoot? No, I can't.
Oh, so you can't even shoot whenever it's down.
Yep. Ah.
Oof.
Alright. I have enough to use it. A grand total of once. Let's make it count.
A little crappy that doesn't give you, like, full resources wherever you respawn, too. Well, I guess that's the point of having
That's
lives
the
and
point of
everything, but,
Yep.
yeah.
Don't you fucking dare. There we go. Both in one shot. Ooh. I'm not dealing with you. Thank you. Ooh, health. Perfect. The Iron Gods are in my favor, boys. We got this. We got this. Thank you very much. I forgot about that part. Oh, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna speed run through that again.
Oh, the joys of Instakill spikes.
Yep. But for
Well, the
only getting
platform
like
views out of-
maybe an hour's worth of practice on this stage alone, I haven't been doing too bad, all things considered.
Yeah.
Could you do this stage, Dio?
It's not a matter of if I could, it's how long.
How long do you think it would take you?
At least double the time. Maybe like 2.5, because I'm sure there would be a few rage quits in there and be like, hey, I'll go play this for a while and then I'll get back at it.
Well, we had a couple of viewers for a little while, and then they were all gone. And I'm back at the beginning of this stupid... Ah. Luckily...
There we go. At least they're all cleared out now. Well, except for that one. So they like respawn whenever you don't see
Kill
them on
them.
screen?
Yep. They respawn after a certain amount of, or after you go a certain distance away from their particular spawn point.
Yeesh.
Alright, checkpoint reached and still at 3 lives. Good. Damn it. Oh, scratch that. 2 lives. Alright. right time. There it is. Bam. Ah. We haven't even seen the worst of these little drill birds yet.
I was wondering about that. Well, and I keep expecting it to be like a Mario sort of thing, and you can,
Kill them.
you know, jump on top of them and, you know, negate them, but so much for that.
How you doing, man? Lex Ruthless? I like the name, dude. Alright, now time for this part again. Alright. Up. Ooh, up the cut. Perfect. Alright. That was a perfectly timed barrier. Holy shit. Is that...
Whatever, you're good by accident.
There we go. Alright, and we're through. Nope. Ah. I've got to stop sliding through that door. I have to stop sliding through that door. God. Ah. There's got to be a faster way through here. I have an idea. Nope. Just out of reach. That certainly cut out a little bit of time. Actually, a lot of time that I would usually be spending here. Fuck you. Alright. Don't slide. Thank you.
He's learning.
Alright. Stop that. Fuck. Damn it! Alright. Round 3.
It seems like we get to certain points of a level that are always hard. You can always get through like 90% of it, but then there's always like one section where it's like,
Yeah. That's gonna kill me. Nah.
get wrecked.
Nowhere to go. Yep. Well, at least Blockman and Acid Man went decently well. Like I said, I wasn't able to get all the way through this one on my test playthrough. I only had like an hour's worth of practice. If even. Yep. We're out of Firelink Shrine and out of fucking... we're out of the High Wall of Lothric. We're in the Boreal Valley now. Fuck.
All the Dark Souls references.
Yep. Well, everybody seems to love comparing like these remakes of classic games to Dark Souls now. And I think it might partially be because they don't remember them being as hard as they are, but in actuality they were super easy back in the day, or we see them as easy now because whenever we were kids we didn't have the same kind of motor skills. So, fuck off.
It's like, man, why did I have this much issue 10 years ago?
And then the gaming industry scales everything up to make up for like the fact that gamers have like a ridiculous learning curve. whenever it comes to games they love. And now people try to play the old games thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. I used to beat Mega Man ass. And they go in, this game is so hard. I don't understand. Ugh. Alright. And activate right about now. What am I doing? I can just... There we go. Die. You too. There we go. Don't even have to worry about... Yep. I still remember that one of my favorite pictures of Crash Bandicoot is literally just Crash Bandicoot standing in, like, the first level of Warped, I believe? And he's, and it says Firelink Shrine. It's right about here. There we go. Also, hello, Crimson. How are you? Fuck off. There we go. Yeah, I got the shot off. And he got the shot on me. Off. Go. Alright. And we're good.
Actually have more than 2% energy, too.
Yep. And I just skipped like half of the fucking barrier. Or half of the thing. Oh, I didn't activate the right one. Fuck. Well, let's see. Give me that. Oh, also, I don't know if you noticed, but the power capsules change color depending on what power you have equipped.
Interesting.
It's a nice little quirk.
Yeah.
Like this, and then throw that out. Mount him. Didn't skip quite as much as I wanted to, but decent amount. Grab this gear. Lol. Get wrecked, scrub.
Yeah, trust me, Crimson. I tried to download that during stream, and it kind of wrecked my whole system. So I'm kind of excited to see what it turns out to be, if anything.
You're not gonna knock me off this time. You're not gonna knock me off this time. Thank you. And I remember this part too. This is where I stopped. And you'll see why here in a second. Have you ever heard of Toho?
I don't believe so.
It's a game that was made by one guy, and it's notorious for being one of the hardest bullet hells ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Just a heads up, little information for you there. Though it doesn't seem to be giving me as bad a patterns as it. Never mind. I'll take that.
He says as he's knocked to the bottom.
Yep. Oh, fuck off! Damn it! You know,
So I
that's just gonna-
assume those little... Do what now?
Crimson. You know, it's gonna slow down your download if you do that, right? I wasn't fast enough.
So I guess those little bullets that you keep, well, the diggers, I guess you could say, that you're trying to avoid aren't considered projectiles, they're actual enemies.
Oh no, they're environmental hazards. You can't kill them.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking, wouldn't your acid shield work with that? Or...
Nope. Already tried it.
Okay. Fuck me then.
Trust me, whenever I say I've tried it, I've fucking tried it before.
I'm
I've
meaning
tried
that
getting
towards the
past-
game, not towards you.
Yep. Alright. Got the speed gear
I
set
have
up.
my simple-minded ideas, but the game says no.
Yep. Has to be an easier way through this that I'm missing. I wonder. Yeah! There we go. There's the money. Oh, fuck off. Worth it. Worth it. That E-tank is not worth it.
I do like that you can shoot projectiles out of the air in this game. It's kind of irritating.
Oh, I need a power-up to get over there. Okay. I bet you anything I need a power-up to get past there. Alright, what's... No! Why would you do this? No! Oh, God. Alright. What do I have? 2 lives, 1 Wily tank. Alright. Oh, I have a really bad idea, and we're gonna put it into use.
Sometimes the bad ideas are the best ideas.
Yep. Okay. What the? What the? How the hell are you supposed to avoid that? Okay.
That's a very good question.
Alright. Let's try this again. Okay. I'm supposed to jump through that. Yeah! There we go! Fuck you! Woohoo!
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Alright. First actual attempt at beating that boss. Took me 2 tries. Yeah! Oh, Dio, 76.
Hell fucking yeah. I've been, like, I downloaded it, played an hour of it, and I've been dying to play more of it, so hell yes, I'll be with y'all tonight in 76.
What kind of build are you going to be doing?
I haven't really decided yet. I've more or less just gone like 10 feet out of the base and said, hey, I'm here, you know? But speaking of, did you get my text the other day about how uncomfortable it made me to see other people in a Fallout game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was something to get used to. Like, it's not a bad thing, it's just like, ew. People.
Oh, oh, baby! I have a mid-air dash now.
Hey.
Did I just?
Make Impact Man proud.
Oh, interesting. Oh, and the power gear makes it go farther.
Oh yeah, I know they're judging me. It's just like in Smite. Wherever I pair up with y'all, I'm sure, you know, everybody's like, oh, this is a really good team. And then they see me and they're like, yep, they're carrying them.
Yep. Alright. Who was next? Who was next? Let's see. We got Blockman, we got Ass Man, we got Impact Man. Bounce Man is next. Because you pop bubbles, apparently.
Okay.
This guy looks like Crimson. Oh no! No! No, not this mechanic again! No, I don't want to go through Mega Man 8 again.
What, jumping bouncy platforms or?
Bouncy platforms, yes. Huh. Alright.
All that trouble for naught.
Yep.
I guess you do have to go up there.
Well, yeah,
On
'cause I gotta
Crimson?
bounce off this. No, I missed it
Yeah.
again! No! No! Ah! Right about there?
Well, and the good part about 76.2 is I'll actually know what I'm doing, so
No, you
that
won't.
will be
Don't
a
lie.
major plus. 200 hours in Fallout 4 alone says otherwise.
I mean, I've seen Crimson do 200 plus hours in Dark Souls, and he still thinks bow builds are the shit. Oh god, what is this doing? Oh, okay.
That's different. That hand.
Yep. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, that actually kind of reminded me. Did I ever tell you that I put in an application for a custom game controller company?
How'd that fare?
Well, I never heard back from them, so I don't imagine too well. But it's like the most interesting application I've ever submitted, just because of the fact that you know you had to put your various gamer scores and you know gamer IDs and everything in there, and like how many hours you've spent in certain games and all this jazz. I was like, this is actually a application I don't mind filling out for once.
Oh, fuck off! I might actually die to... Yep. Ugh. What time is it? 8?
Eesh.
Ugh. I'm gonna practice some of these stages a little bit more, so... Don't look at the game time
gonna
on that
call it?
first one. Don't look at the game time on that first one.
Mega Man.
Yo, Mega, can I interest you in some parts?
Nah, I don't want that.
Sure,
Yes!
And there you have it.
Thank you.
Complete.
No, I don't want to equip the shield. That'll make this game a lot easier.
I know, right? Well, I'm going to get some more practice on this, hopefully between today and tomorrow. So until then, I'll see you guys later. And time to get Crimson in this fucking party.